This is your tech news briefing for Friday, February 17th. I'm Zoe Thomas for the Wall Street Journal. The internet is not always a safe space, especially for children. Parents have long worried that predators could target their kids on platforms where they spend a lot of time and create relationships that guardians know nothing about. Now, law enforcement is warning that TikTok has emerged as the biggest, fastest-growing danger zone yet. Joining me to discuss how parents, police, and the platform are trying to keep kids safe is our reporter, Tawnell Hobbs. Hi, Tawnell. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
So, it seems like since the dawn of the internet, there have been adults who've tried to have improper relationships with minors using a variety of platforms. Chat rooms, messaging services, social media platforms. What is it about TikTok that makes law enforcement so concerned?
Obviously, it's a big platform and it's very fast growing. And it's also the algorithm TikTok has. TikTok's algorithm is unusually strong. And when I say that, it's basically you can watch, for instance, dancing teens, a few of those, and TikTok will just start sending you video after video, more and more of dancing teens. What the law enforcement say is that pedophiles really liking videos. Basically, they don't have to do much. TikTok just feeds them video after video of this content, and they just could sit there and watch.
I'm sure a lot of our listeners are aware that TikTok is very popular with younger users, but can you just give us a sense of how popular it is with young people?
Well, it's the top place where young people spend more time, social media site, than any other every day. They spend an average of 107 minutes per day on TikTok. And that's more than any other platform.
Right, that's a significant chunk of anybody's day. What has TikTok said it's doing to try and keep young users on its platform safe?
Basically, TikTok, for users 13 and older, they're on the main platform. And there's still some limitations. For them, for instance, if you're under 16, you can't direct message. Now, if you're under 13, TikTok, it's a different experience for those kids because they can't do everything. Like they can't share videos or they can't message other users or maintain followers. So that's just some of the safeguards for under 13. Here's the problem, and this is just not with TikTok. When it comes to some of these safety measures, it's dependent on the user being honest about their age. Kids are smart. If they want to make themselves 18 or 17, they can. You can make yourself older by changing your date of birth. And that's what's happening. And kids ought to do that. So when you have these safety measures that are dependent on the honesty of a young person entering their date of birth, that's when a lot of those measures don't work.
Has TikTok commented on these issues?
They say that they have put in these safety measures to do this, and they're still continually improving on their safety measures. Susie Loftus, who is TikTok's global head of risk and response operations, trust and safety, she said that when TikTok becomes aware of such content, they take immediate action to remove it, terminate the account, and report the cases to the proper authorities. And then also, a TikTok spokesperson said that the platform uses technology to screen posts. They also look at captions and comments. And items that raise concerns, those go to a human screener. So they actually go to a human person. They declined to disclose how many human screeners they have. They get billions of videos uploaded each month. And there's some in law enforcement that question how are they able to screen that many videos with all those captions and all the comments.
Just to be clear, this isn't hypothetical, right? You looked at one specific instance. Can you tell us about it?
So basically, you have a situation where a 42-year-old man from Alabama, he uploaded a lot to TikTok and basically lip singing, had a lot of depressive thoughts. He talked about suicide. And a 14-year-old girl in Texas responded. And they just started having a conversation. And a lot of their conversation, I could see they were exchanging these romantic notes that were just visible to everyone on the platform. And there were actually other commenters, and they were accusing this 42-year-old man of being inappropriate. They were saying he was stalking her and all kinds of things. And this continued. And basically what happened is they started talking in direct messages. Mind you, she's 14 years old. Technically, she should not have been able to access direct messages, but she was. She lives in Texas. He ended up coming to Texas.
Tawnell, that man was later indicted on charges related to alleged sexual assault of a child. Has he said anything about those charges?
I went to the jail to talk to him, to interview him. And initially, he denied doing anything sexual with her. But as we talked, he admitted to doing some sexual things to her. He did say he did not have intercourse, but there were other sexual things that he said that he did.
Have we heard from the young girl or from her family at all?
Her mother is obviously just devastated about everything. She said it's just every parent's nightmare. And she's obviously concerned about the lasting impact on her daughter.
What has TikTok said about this incident occurring on its platform and about a 14-year-old violating their own policies and using direct messaging?
TikTok declined to comment on this case, but they did say after I called and asked them about it, they did take down his profile and reported him to the authorities.
And law enforcement, what have they said about the incident?
They just give me basic details about the arrest because it's involving a minor. They haven't talked about it, but definitely law enforcement are very concerned about minors on the TikTok platform. They are very concerned about the platform itself because they just feel that it's too easy for pedophiles to get on the site, to find youngsters, to contact them, and to groom them through the site.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Tawnell Hobbs, investigative reporter for the Wall Street Journal, thank you so much for joining us for this conversation.
Thank you.
And that's it for Tech News Briefing this week. Heads up, we'll be off on Monday for the holiday, but we'll be back Tuesday with more tech news. TNB's producer is Julie Chang, our supervising producer is Melanie Roy, and our executive producer is Chris Sinsley. I'm your host, Zoe Thomas. Thanks for listening, and have a great weekend.